Early morning. It's early morning. Damn it. Well, hopefully, YouTube is working like it's supposed to this morning. It wasn't working worth a damn yesterday. It messed videos up, shit like that. Normal. I'm waiting for some people, for notified people here on Facebook. It might not. One of those type deals. I'm sure y'all's probably heard, if you haven't. Yeah, an Antifa member got his ass ran over in Portland outside the Cedar Riot bar, which is notorious for shit happening. There's several different stories going around about this. I don't know which one to believe, which one not to believe, but from people in that area, they're telling a different story than people not of that area. Put it that way. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up one version of the story here. You've got this person and that person and that person kind of like, blogging about it. But most of the people I know that's up in that area has a little bit different story to it. And this is what one guy wrote. See if I can pull it up here. Right here is a late model Ford Explorer. Apparently, that's what they were driving. Now, like I said, there's several different stories about this. I've seen many different stories on it. I've even seen Antifa saying for no Antifa to talk to law enforcement, they don't want law enforcement to build a case. So that tells me it's a inside conflict deal with Antifa. Let's see if I can pull this up. Well, damn it. But right here is the Ford Explorer, and it ran through the DNC. And I can't click on here and get the damn picture, get the damn thing to come up. It's not wanting to come up here. But basically, it was this is one guy's version of the story. Now, he's up there in that area. He would probably know more so than some blogger halfway across the country. A late model Ford Explorer, allegedly the vehicle driven by 3 African Americans who attended a reggae concert hosted by Antifa at Cider Riot. Allegedly, the deceased Antifa's friends got into a dispute with these victims while leaving the establishment, where the deceased ran out in the middle of the street and tried to block the vehicle. And the Antifa guys shot the vehicle up. And he ran over the dude in the street. And basically, I guess from the vehicle getting shot up or the damage, it went a block and a half down the road and ran into the DNC. Yeah, Democratic National Committee building there in Portland. But that's what he's saying. Now, like I said, I could get it, if I could get the damn thing to pull up, I would read it for you word for word what he has to say that what happened. Okay, the driver was shot, the guy got hit. Okay, all right. Well, I'm hearing there hadn't been any arrests, but let me read this here. I got to finally pull up. Late model Ford Explorer, allegedly driven by occupied by three African Americans who attended a reggae concert hosted by Antifa at Cider Right. Allegedly, the deceased and his Antifa friends got in a dispute with the victims while leaving the establishment, where the deceased ran out in the middle of the street to block the vehicle from departing the area. Then, allegedly, Antifa militants opened fire on the vehicle, whereas the vehicle driver tries to flee the gunfire and runs over the now deceased. Quote, like running over a speed bump, not a collision as told by the lack of collision evidence on the vehicle, unquote. The car loses control about a block away and crashes into a tree. The driver flees, or driver fights the car in reverse to take off again with broken steering components, veers off the road and almost hitting the Democrat Party building. The occupants, fearing for their lives as other Antifa members are still chasing after them, abandon the vehicle and run off north into the neighborhood. The injured person, having been run over by a car, still laying out in front of the bar on the concrete. His friends trying to help him. When someone from the bar tells them they cannot call the ambulance because another strike against the bar will shut it down. So they convenience him, his friends to pick, or convince him and his friends to pick him up and carry him to another vehicle, take him to the ER. While the kid is bleeding internally, and all the movement made it worse. Had they waited for an ambulance, they could have stabilized him and gave him treatment enough to give him to trauma doctors to have a chance of saving his life. So, in the conclusion of the alleged scenarios, Cider Right would be fully responsible for a person's death and the gunfire injuries due to the occupants of the SUV. Also, the deceased friends has colluded in an act of a legal act of denying first aid to a victim and wholly contribute to his death by not calling adequate first responders. It's early in the morning, guys. I can't read worth a shit. And I've also seen posts going around that's been shared where Antifa does not want any of their members talking to law enforcement because they're afraid law enforcement will build a case if the Antifa members talk to law enforcement or post anything on social media about the incident. Well, we're less one Antifa member. They're pretty good about jumping in front of vehicles. That they are. He won't live to do it twice. Sorry, guys, but I haven't any sympathy. Sorry, you're not gonna get any sympathy out of me. Good morning, K-Rag. But like I said, no sympathy here. Nope. I don't have any sympathy for Satanists. None whatsoever. So, like I said, that place up there is a shithole. I mean, it really is. I've been to Portland a couple different times. Those people up there are extremely mentally ill. Extremely mentally ill. So, anyway, yes, you know, this is from a guy that lives there in the area. If anybody would probably know, it'd probably be him. Because Antifa's not talking about it, guys. Why are they not talking about it? It's because they're at fault. Guys, they care more about their little pissy ass bar getting shut down than they do one of their comrades' lives. Put it that way. He's on his way right now to go see Daddy Satan. So anyway, I mean, well, he better hope him. Yeah. So there you have it. When it comes down to comradeship, they care more about their drinking establishment than they do saving their comrade's life. It's pretty pathetic, ain't it? Well, what do you expect from communists? So, Ben, I'm not a fan of Fords, but I hope the vehicle will be okay. Yeah, no joke. Well, moving on to other news, Randy Quaid is going to run against Adam Schiff. Yeah, actor Randy Quaid. The one that makes the weird videos on Twitter. He is claiming he's going to run against Adam Schiff. Yes, this should be interesting. I've got several articles that Randy Quaid here is running against Shiff. But good. We need people to run against Shiff. No piece of shit. That's all he is. Well, I could sit here and play the 2-minute video. But yeah, actor Randy Quaid to run against Representative Adam Schiff. And I would play this. This is the video.
Home to a socialist swamp. Is this the way America goes? Is this really our future? Wake up, you sleeping giant. The Lilliputians have tied you down with their fantastic dreams of icebergs melting into dinosaurs and train tracks stretching across the Pacific waters. Trump trumpets reveille, and it's time to heed the call. The framers have been framed. The people disarmed. Conservative voices are silenced in the schools by anarchists left unmasked. Merry Christmas is greeted cheerlessly, even condemned. Is this how America goes? To a nation of godless fanatics? In the shadows of big tech and empty condos, homeless citizens fill the streets.
Well, there you go, pretty much the gist of it. That's one of the videos Randy Quaid's put forth. I'm not going to play all of it. It's kind of lengthy. Nobody wants to watch a video over a damn video. But yeah, he's supposedly running. And hey, man, more power to him. I hope he does. I like Randy Quaid. I've always liked him as an actor. I like his political views. He's kind of a rebel. He's been in trouble with the IRS some. And so forth and so on. But yeah, he is a rebel. He is. So I do hope he runs against Adam Schiff. And he probably has a pretty good chance of beating him. Guys, I think, now I'm hoping. Now, don't get me wrong, no matter how you look at California, most of your right out there is left. Okay? Most of your conservatives out in California is not what we rest of the country call a conservative. They're a moderate Democrat. That's what a conservative is considered in the state of California. But still, yet, I think California is starting to overstep itself with Gavin Newsom and some of the other shit that's in office out there. Because people out in California, even the Democrats, is getting pissed off. I've been told that there's all kinds of Democrats coming to sign the petition to recall Gavin Newsom. Yeah, Democrats, not Trump supporters, full blown Democrats. They're sick of his shit. A lot of them sick of people shitting on the sidewalks. They're getting tired of the hypodermic needles. They're getting tired of Gavin Newsom being a damn dictator. Them not getting a vote on anything. He just signing whatever the hell the legislators come up with. He just signing it into law. So there you go. Maybe this will be a repeat of Gray Davis. Maybe they'll repeat that goofy son of a bitch out there. You know, guys, for the life of me, I don't see how you could be a leader, a governor, more so, and do the stupid shit he's done for the state without intentionally trying to run it into the ground. I mean, come on. Intentionally trying to run it into the ground. And I can sit here and I can name several different things he's done. Well, one, to pass laws where you can shit on the street. Two, set up their damn methadone and whatever clinics they got out there to where people can just go get free needles and whatever and shoot up and fall over and shit themselves right on the sidewalk. I mean, look what's happening with ham radio in the fire-stricken communities of the mountains where it's dry. One of the bureaucrats of California that's over emergency management tell a lot more technologically advanced way to communicate until the electric goes out. Well, what happens when the electric goes out? All your little fancy communication ways goes out right along with it. That's the whole damn reason for ham radio. But anyway, so basically the repeater sites on top of those mountains, the state of California, I do believe, wants the hams equipment out of there, even though they're not funding it, so to speak. Okay, that's a big mistake right there because that's going to cost a lot of people their lives. And now he's cutting, they just cut 800,000 people in the Bay Area's electric for a week because, we don't want no more fires. And, you know, how they get swaying back and forth when the wind gets blowing. It might cause a spark and burn down the woods that we won't take care of in the great state of California. So we'll just shut the power off to 800,000 people and basically turned into a crime fest and let people that is dependent on electricity for life, let them die. Thank you, Gavin Newsom. You're such a bright individual. And he is. And the reason I say that is he's doing exactly what he set out to do. Create chaos. And he ain't got no intention on making California a better state or improving jack shit. He's got every intention on running it into the ground like he's being told to do. And that's what he's doing. Guys, we got a lot of crazy things going on around this country. We really do. Now, I know the people on YouTube don't know, or the one that watches YouTube. Yes, there was a gun pulled on some Confederates Saturday in Pittsburgh, North Carolina. Yeah, that dude drove up, bumped these guys walking down the road with a flag, bumped them with his vehicle, jumped out, drawed his pistol on them, and then law enforcement shows up, draws their weapons on him to make him drop his weapon, put handcuffs on the guy, talk to him for a few minutes, and then let him go. Now, where in the hell does that happen in this country? when you brandish a weapon against somebody like that, and they're not threatening you any at all, they ain't got any weapons. You just jump out of your big rig and you brandish weapon against somebody, that's a felony offense. In 49 other states than North Carolina, apparently. So we'll see more what happens about that. But everybody involved, don't even waste your time. You done made a complaint to Pittsburgh PD. They don't do something about it. They don't charge that guy. You need to call the FBI. Fill out a formal complaint with the FBI and the state police. Because anywhere I know, pulling a gun on somebody like that, just jumping out of your vehicle in the middle of the street, pulling your gun on somebody like that, is a felony. Okay? Is a felony. So, like I said, guys, that's what I encourage to be done. Because I'm going to tell you what it is a lot of these little villas, some of these smaller towns, even some of these bigger ones, they're so afraid that they're going to get sued by the SPLU or the SPLC or the ACLU that they're not doing anything. They're not enforcing the law. Well, that just shows you right there who's running the country. It ain't law enforcement, it's the ACLU. And these other left wing groups has got a pack of lawyers. That's exactly who's running the country. Because when you have a breakdown of law because law enforcement's afraid they're going to get sued for doing their job, you have no law anymore. And guys, I've been talking about this for months now. Months. When they demonize white people or nationalists, white nationalists, whatever, when they demonize these people over into a corner, they will get no justice. They can be assaulted, whatever, and the law will not work for them because of public opinion. That's the reason you better damn well start voicing your opinion out here. You better start getting vocal, or you're going to be one of those damn victims sooner or later, because they're making the law not work for you, guys. The court of public opinion goes a long ways these days. And if they know that people are not going to get upset or say so and so deserved whatever happened to them, law enforcement's not going to be too quick to do anything to people that commit a crime against somebody that deserves it. Now, remember that. And when you got public opinion saying white people are evil and you're privileged and you don't matter, that's what you're going to get. The law's not going to work for you. You're not going to get justice because the court of public opinion says you don't matter. So some of these places, law enforcement's going to say, well, we're not going to push the issue because these people over here don't matter and nobody cares about them. There you go. Because I'm going to tell you guys, it just happens that the driver of that vehicle bumped into those guys and jumped out and pulled his firearm on them. Happened to be black. We wouldn't want to upset the black community by charging a guy for pulling his weapon on a couple of guys in the road, walking down the road with a flag, and upset the black community now, would we? That's exactly what they're thinking. They don't want sued. Well, guys, I'm going to hop off here this morning. Y'all have a good morning. God bless, and we will catch y'all later.